Chama Wingabo. Chama Cheshame. How you guys doing? Back on here today, you guys. And computer's acting up. That's why I'm so late on here, but trying to restart the computer now. But we're gonna just go back over some of these names that I mentioned in previous videos because you guys keep asking me about them again. So I'm just gonna go over some of these older names that we have on here. Let's see, some of the Tuscarora. Hi, you guys. Hey, Love Legacy. Blessings to you too. Okay, so some of the names, we're gonna go back over some of the Algonquin. No, let's go over the Tuscaroras, because, wait a minute. Which one y'all want to hear? Let me go over the Algonquin ones since those are older. Okay, and y'all know I did the video and I was telling you guys that Carter comes from the Cheer Carter Powerton name, right? There's also one that's from over there in Europe, but there's different Carters. You guys know that. You have the European Carters and then you have the Indigenous Carters, right? Can y'all hear me good? Peace, Opie. I got this thing up too high. It's storming here, y'all. So my internet and everything is messed up. I was supposed to be on here at 2:30. My internet's been acting up and now my computer won't restart. So I'm trying to read off the notes that I have for you guys. Is it Carter ties into the Sioux as well? Thank you, Jules. Yeah, but you know, like I was telling you guys, and the gum is back. I don't care. I need it because I'll be thirsty on here. I was telling you guys, like the people intermarried. So the men, they go marry, like the men, like a Pamunkey man or Algonquin man will go marry a Sioux woman. And the family is Sioux now because it goes to the woman for the clans, right? So they might have that Carter surname, but they are Sioux because it goes to the woman. That's just how the clans were, right? So we were, some of the clans were matrilineal, and that's what they went by. Okay, so we went over the Carter, right? And it was spelled C-I-R, but in Powhatan language, you pronounce the C as a ch. Okay, so it's Carter. I know somebody asked about that, so it's Carter. Right, it's spelled C-I-R, but we pronounce it with C-H-I-R. So I know a couple of people were confused about that. All right, some more of the surnames. We went over the Chavis and Gibson connection. They're from the same family. Most of them descend from Jane Gibson or Gibson. That's what his name was, right? And they cover all of the different groups, Algonquin, Iroquois groups, and the Siouan groups, right? And I'm just going to go back over this list while my computer tries to get off life support and restart. What you guys talking about over here? Let me see real quick. You said at this point it can go through the mailman. What you mean? You said peace, love the info you put it out. If you ran across the name Drumgo or Vaughn. Yeah, I've seen Vaughn, not the Drumgo though. Haven't seen that. He said, yes, ma'am. All right, so I'm going to go over these Algonquin surnames now. Now, the names itself, we already went over. I got to keep saying this every video. Some of them are angelicalized, as we just saw with the Carter surname for the Indigenous Carters, which are a different branch from the Caucasian or European Carters in some cases. Some people are mixed with them. And some people could be from both sides of the Carters. Yeah, it's on life support, y'all. It is frozen. It's a black screen. I don't know what's going on. All right. I need to restart it, but it won't let me restart. But, and then there's other names, like I explained, like Brown, which comes from brown bears in the Bear Clan. Okay, so the Browns are part of the Bear Clan. And it's also an English surname. But like we said, when you do genealogy, you'll see that certain surnames are mostly associated with people of color, right? So if you go to these different groups, I know I'm in a lot of these genealogy groups, and you're looking at the surnames of these people, you don't see a lot of people named Carter or Watkins, Washington, right? Those sound like they're European surnames, but there's not many European families associated with those surnames today, right? And some of the ones who are associated with those names today are mixed people. They're mixed down the line. Okay, I personally have never seen a European Washington besides George Washington, and we don't know where that name comes from. If that's his real name or not, because history has been rewritten so many times, right? So let me get into the Algonquin surnames, and these surnames again was from the Family Tree DNA Algonquin surname projects, and these surnames are linked through DNA. So you can't say they're European surnames. These are linked to people in Algonquin speaking tribes, right? These are the families: Bass, Bennett, Carter, Brooks, Branham, Cole, Brown, Bridges, Collins, Cravens, Crawford, Dennis, Cummings, Duncan, Douglas, Fields, Francis, Freeman. I know a couple of you guys asked me about the Freeman surname. Gabriel, Garrett, spelled Garrettt, Gibson, Gilmore, Gowen, Hall, Harrison, Hart, like Kevin Hart, Hayes, like Isaac Hayes, Helton or Hilton, spelled Helton or Hilton, Hersey, Hinton, Isaac, Jackson, Ketchum, Lenape, Lewis, Locke, Logan. I know Kira, she was asking about that surname, Logan. So Logan's on the Algonquin surnames, Kira. So Long, Mansfield, Marshall, Matthews, McCarty, McGee, McMillan, hey, peace, Rick. Monk, like M-O-N-K, like a Buddhist monk. Moore, spelled both ways, with the E or without the E. Nickens. I think somebody asked me about that one too. Nickens. Outlaw. Payne. P-A-I-N-E, and probably P-A-Y-N-E, because the spelling's interchangeable. Patrick. Penn, spelled P-E-N-N or P-I-N-N, it's the same family. Peterson, Polk, P-O-L-K, Powhatan, like the nation or the tribe. Quinn, Q-U-I-N-N, Redman, like the rapper Redman. Rice, Riley, like Teddy Riley. Roanoke, like the city. Robbins, Sanderson, S-A-N-D-E-R-S-O-N, Scott, like Jill Scott. Sizemore, S-I-Z-E-M-O-R-E. Strickland, like Rod Strickland. Tapp, spelled T-A-P-P. I think there's like a band. Hey, Kawa. I think it's a band named Tapp, right? No, that's Zap. I'm thinking about Zap, the Zap band. Thornton, Thornton. Tucker, like Chris Tucker. Van Gilder. I think somebody asked me about that one. Van Gilder. Veasley, spelled Veasey. Vinny, spelled Veney. Vic, like Michael Vick. Wampanoag is a surname as well. So you'll see a couple of the tribes use their tribal name as a surname, and they use them as first names too. In genealogy, you'll come across that because they're trying to keep that family history alive through their descendants. Weaver, like Jason Weaver. West, like Delonte West. Wilson, and Withers, spelled Withers. Now these are just the names associated with this project. It doesn't mean if your name is not on this list that you're not of Algonquin descent, but these are the ones genetically linked through DNA and tribal affiliation for this project. The list is Algonquin Surnames Project. Algonquin Surnames Y-DNA Q-Y4294 Lineages Projects by Family Tree DNA. So these are Algonquin people who submitted their DNA to Family Tree DNA that are associated with tribes and have connected these surnames. Okay, these are the common surnames that pop up. All right. No problem, you guys. Now my computer finally restarted. Let's see. We can get back into the Tuscarora and Lumbee names as well. Now, we've seen certain names a million times on here. Now, clearly it's not on this name, but doesn't mean it's not one of the names. Because as you guys know, the Scots-Irish either married in with these tribes or they were Indian, what they call Indian agents. So they did a lot of business and translation and things like that. So some other indigenous people, when they did business and commerce, they'll use that person who they have met, who they think highly of, or they're friends with, or they thought they did a good deal with. So they'll use his surname as their straw man name, as their family name when they're doing business and commerce with the Europeans. So that's how I did it. And in some cases, some of our cultures, we didn't give people our real name. And y'all know some of us still do it now. You at the club, you give somebody the wrong name. Or you're at Starbucks and you give them a different name, They felt like you had a sacred name, and then you had a public name, or you had a straw man name, right? Y'all understand what I'm saying? I know y'all do. But, so Tuscarora surnames, Wiggins, Blango, 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 Bradboy and Bradby, it's the same family. Squire. And then we went over Chavis and Gibson again. They're on almost every list on here. Let's see what else. And Kersey, they break down the Kersey surname. From Virginia to North Carolina. So originated in Virginia. Somebody on here said they're Kersey? Like Jackie Joyner Kersey? Peace, you guys. Oh, a whole bunch of people signed on. Sorry I missed y'all. Okay, peace. So, so they say on here, this is from Implosion, I'm sorry. Is the name of the book by Morris F. Britt. And this information comes from page 141. If you guys need to look it up, about Kersey, about the Kersey. Sorry, some alarm went off. I flipped the whole thing. I'm sorry, you guys. So the book I told you is Implosion by Morris F. Britt. Morris F. Britt. Page 141, they talk about Thomas Kersey and the family name coming from Virginia to North Carolina. His daughter married a Lowry, and Kersey himself was a Winoke Indian, which are associated with the Powhatan, and they're in they were in close proximity of the Chickahominy, and they were located in Charles City. So some of you guys who have ancestors from Charles City are Winoke, and that's I'm one of those people. The Brown family and different families in that area, Woodson. So I'm a part of those families, and I believe Carter G. Woodson is related somewhere in there. I mean, there's so many people in Buckingham County, in Charles City, who have the surname. Peace, you guys. Peace, Empress. So, and then they said the daughter married a Lowry, and they were Winoke, and then her son married Mary Pohegan, which sounds like an Algonquin name as well, Pohegan, and that is the Kersey family, okay? For those, so whoever is related to the Kerseys, that's some of your family history right there. Peace, you guys. All right. And this thing is not acting right, y'all. I just restarted, it's still not acting right. Peace. So we're going to get back into the Tuscarora and the Lumbee names. I don't know why my camera look hazy like this. He said, I need the gum, y'all. I'll be up here looking extra thirsty and mess my words up. Okay, so Tuscarora and Lumbee names. Let's go. Allen, basket, like a basket that you carry stuff in. Basketball. Blunt, B-L-O-U-N-T. What is this? Is this partridge? I don't know what this is. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm messing with one of these names. My spelling, my handwriting, it's not the best right here. Porterage, McCain or Kane, Charles, Cornelius, Dennis, George. Yes, these are surnames. Let's see. Howitt, spelled H-O-W-I-T. What is going on? I'm sorry, you guys. I keep getting stuff popping up on my screen. Howitt, spelled H-O-W-I-T. Jack, Lightwood, Miller, Mitchell. Now, Mitchell was in a lot of the documents that we've been going over the last couple of weeks. Let's see. Knee-tap or knee-top is Algonquin word, and that's a surname as well. Owen, Pug, P-U-G-H. Roberts, Rogers, Seneca, socket, like a socket, electrical socket. Taylor, Tuftick, Walker, Wiggins again, and Willis. Okay. And like I said, knee-top or knee-tap means friend in Algonquin, the Powhatan dialect, which the Lumbees, some of them descend from the Powhatan or Pamunkey people. All right. Let's see. So it says 44% of the Lumbee and the Tuscarora names match, meaning that the families have intermarried over the years. That's all that means. There you go. You said your grandma's a Taylor. Yeah, I have Taylor in my line as well. So Taylor was on the Lumbee and Tuscarora list. Let me see if it's on the other one too. No, it wasn't on the other one, but it's all associated. Right? Y'all got any questions? I can't see. see nothing on here. Y'all laughing. He said Powderton here. Okay, me too. You're just rolling at me. And Lovelace, won't you, Love Legacy, why I say Lovelace? Why don't you put your email on here? Legacy is having a 60-day challenge, genealogy challenge. He's doing people's genealogy for the next 60 days for only $100. He can do as much as he can on your family line. So you can hit up his email. You said how many fingers you hold? I don't know. I'm not intoxicated. You stop messing with me. I am not on nothing. This is a rainy day. Yeah, so put your email up there, Love Legacy, so people can contact you about the challenge. So he's really trying to help people get their genealogy done before the 2020 census. Okay, so know the importance of that. You guys got any questions? There's no specific state that these are from. They're from the woodland areas, which is, the East Coast, down to Gulf, over to the Midwest. So all the surnames, the first set of surnames were the Algonquins, associated surnames through DNA. And then there was another one from the Lumbee and Tuscarora tribes, okay? And, like I said, the Lumbees are associated with, they're mixed in with Algonquin people. So some of the names are in the Algonquin language. You say you mean your great-great. Yeah, that's honestly. Some of us just say grandma, we say grandpa, but we talking about fifth grandma, grandpa. That's just how it is, right? So another thing, another thing I really want to talk about is just the importance of people being confident in their genealogy, being confident in who they are, and on the journey that they're taking with this genealogy. Not letting people waver you, because people are going to tell you that, you don't know what you're doing, and your grandma crazy, you hate yourself, all type of crazy stuff they're going to say, which is not true, But you got to stay confident in who you are and just stick to it. It's going to pay off. Like, everything's not going to happen like that, magic in 2 seconds, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes years. Sometimes you might get a brick wall and you're stuck there for years, but that's why I'm trying to do these videos. You got other people like Opie and Love Legacy. They're trying to do genealogy as well, and Phoenix Moon, a couple other people are putting out information so we can do this work. You can do it yourself, or you can ask for assistance. We really want you to try to do it yourself as much as you can, because it's a big payoff, knowing who you are. It's part of yourself, what do they call it? Knowledge of self, right? In the conscious community, people talk all this stuff on knowledge of self, and half of those people don't even know who their great-grandma name is, They don't know who their great-grandma is. So how can you have knowledge of self? You're doing all this, you're hexing people, and you don't even know who these ancestors are that you're calling on. You don't know them by name. You don't know them by personality. It doesn't make sense, you guys. Genealogy is the foundation. It's the foundation of all this stuff. You can't be calling yourself conscious or aware or awake and you don't know nothing about yourself or your family. Because yourself, you're particles of your ancestors, right? Everything about you is a composite of all the ancestors that existed before you. So you have to know them. It's very important. Oh gosh, my computer freezing up again. Let me see what you guys talking about. You said tell it. Right, it's not making sense, man. All these people saying they from Kemet and all this stuff, but who from Kemet? What is their name? If you're really from there, what is the ancestor from their name? What was their personality? What kind of job did they do? You can't just say stuff. Lucius, you said, I think there were so many of us in America that they didn't know what to do. Yeah, they didn't. They had a plan and it didn't work, so they had to do something else because they kept losing all the wars. So they had to come up with these treaties and these contracts And you know, some of these are binding, like I keep saying, words or spells. Well, these contracts were just that. And people were messed up for generation and generation. You said you black and loud. You said I ain't got no auntie and Kemet. Ain't nothing wrong with being descended from Kemet, but you got to know who these people are and what their names are. Can't just make these claims. Right, we're giving them the business. We were giving them the business, right, Rick? You know, you got to know. Can't just be saying stuff, right? They claiming they from this and that. They're not from there. You calling on ancestors what their name is. What is the name of these ancestors you're calling on? Yeah, it's too much going on, man. And y'all see how these people they go losing their mind on YouTube. You see them. You see these people losing their minds on YouTube, so they gotta incorporate what we've been saying, right? Now my battery's going low. You said what their name is, right? What is their name? Say their name, like Beyonce used to say with Destiny Child. Say their name. Say their name. How you gonna call on ancestors and you don't know the name? You don't need to be doing all that. You just don't need to be doing it. And those be the ones that sticking their nose down on people who are religious or all these other things. But you're not. You're still learning yourself. You can't. All of us are still learning, right? You can't be looking. You know, putting your nose down at these other people. So that's all I'm trying to tell y'all. You said your price. The price is on one of the lists, Jermaine. I think you were on that day. You said we don't even know if the Kemet existed. I don't trust nothing they have showed me now. Well, the reason we know Kemet existed is because the Mayans had documented it as well. Right, so I'm not even trying to get into all of that stuff today, but allegedly people from here went over there and helped start some of these, colonies over there. But I'm not really trying to get into all of that today because I don't have my receipts. You said if they trace some of your genetic markers in Africa, that's not bad. Some of the Indians were sent there. Yeah, but it wasn't that many sent there though. What they're really doing is they're putting generic terms on these markers, and they're not considering migration and tribes and things. Yeah, some of those people migrated from here to there a long time ago, and vice versa in some cases. Mostly in like Florida. Yeah, careful with dealing familiar spirit. Well, they can't be familiar. They don't know their name, right? I mean, people out there does straight up Cherokee calling on Yoruba ancestors that don't exist. It's not making sense. It's not. Or they could possibly have some Yoruba ancestry way, 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 way down the line. They don't know these people's names, so how you gonna call on them? You said they closing the lost tribe of, itchy, of Egypt. What? I wouldn't say that slave trade was caused in reverse because it was a triangle. People were going in, out, just like the goods, just like the products. If y'all follow the, when they talk about rum and what's that other product that they were selling a lot? Rum and cotton and things like that. You'll see that it went from Caribbean to England to Africa and then back to Brazil and then the Caribbean. I mean, it went triangle or a circle, it went around, you know. He said Shaka Khan. It's Shaka Khan Blackfoot. I think that's just a stage name for her. Yep, his name would be Lost Tribe of Egypt or wherever. I mean, that's their business. You just got to have the proof for it. That's all I'm saying. If you really are descended from them, I'm not telling people who they are. If you really are descended, you get to know who these people were. Get to know their names. All right? Get to know the truth. Get to know the truth. They don't want to know the truth. That's the problem. You said, do you know anyone doing genealogy in Georgia? No, I don't know anybody doing. this type of genealogy in Georgia. No. So it was commerce, buying and selling. Right. They were doing commerce, and it was contracts. Even with the slavery, there was contracts. Right. They had a contract with the counties some of the times. You see the slave bonds in the counties. And that's why people could go to the county and pay it off, right? Or they can pay off indentures that were in the county. Or they can go and pay someone's taxes and then have their children come work for them as an indentured servant for years until they're like 21, because they were contracts, right? And that's what it was a lot of times. A lot of times it wasn't straight up slavery. People were sharecropping. They had indentures. They had to pay off taxes and things like that, which, people of color were kind of overtaxed if they owned anything. So a lot of times the children had to be indentured for years. They didn't even live with their parents. Yeah, but they quick to tell you who you not, but they don't know who they are. Who are you? What their name is, right? What your great grandma, your fifth great grandma name is. And I'm not saying everybody. It's so easy that everybody can get back there, but you're not making an effort, and then you're trying to laugh at us and tell us who we are. Who are you? Who are you to laugh, right? You say we made Nike sneakers out of whale skin. Before the Europeans got here, yeah. Yeah, especially up in the Northeast. They were good whalers, and they traveled all the way to Hawaii to whale. And you thinking, how did they get to Hawaii? Like, they want you to think that we're so primitive. Like, people are getting to Hawaii for hundreds of years. Hey, Gabe. You say, yes, it brings about change. You have to change up what's really going on. It's just American Indians that are the truth for the planet. Yes, and the planet needs this truth. It needs this cleansing coming up. All right. It had already been past 7 generations of this curse that we done had from us, and this is done. Their time is up. All right. It's not working no more. So. What is? You said that's Uchi Chief Langley. What did he do? Oh, okay. You must be in Facebook jail, Gabe. Oh my goodness. I think a lot of people are in there. Yeah, Phoenix still in there. So you said genealogy in Georgia. Yeah, Georgia is. I have clients in Georgia. That's the hardest one to do. It's something up with their records, and they ruined a lot of records after that. The gold rush, which a lot of people don't know about. The gold rush that they had. That had a lot to do with the Trail of Tears, people stealing land and all type of stuff down there. So some of them records are messed up. Yeah. Hey Dan, Grand Rising. It's late. It's 3 o'clock over here. You must be on the West Coast. Yeah, so it's gonna be a little, doing these records, especially in the South, it's a little tricky. But I think some of the people will have better luck. What? People will have better luck. Just you might have to go down there. And even when people have gone down there, they haven't been susceptible. They haven't been very helpful with people. You said, what you know about the Mississippi Delta? Well, like I've been saying, a lot of those people are from the east that ended up in Mississippi, because a lot of them went down there for those job opportunities or that cheap land. Either they were sharecroppers, they bought land themselves and had plantations, or they were working on the plantations. All right, and then people came later to work on all those mills and stuff that they had down there, those farms. Sharecropping was big for a good period of time, right? And sometimes that's the only work people could get. And once the sharecropping started drying up, and that's when people made that great migration up north to these factories, because they were promising jobs, and the crops weren't doing well. So if you're from Mississippi and down in the Gulf, You might be indigenous to that area, but it's good to not be so stuck on that and to keep searching, and you might find you're connected to the East Coast. Yeah, the Industrial Revolution won thanks to the Civil War. Right, right, Gabe. You said your ancestors Thomas Redman that had 1,500 acres. Yeah, we just mentioned Redman, the Redman family. I think they're under Algonquin. They're genetically linked to the Algonquin. Yeah, I need a nap. I couldn't sleep well. I was having these weird dreams, y'all. I'm having these weird dreams. Hmm. Private audience. So how can I get a private audience? You awesome royal American sister. I'm a Carlson on my father's side. Okay, can you get a what? What? We'll be back in Ja Rule days. You talking about? If you want to email me for business, you can email me at thetashashi@gmail.com. You talking about like, can I get a what? What? Like Jay-Z and DMX and Ja Rule. Y'all remember that song? Can I get a what? What? I think Emil was on there too. What happened to her? Yeah, Emil. She's always represented. She's always said she was Cherokee. Emil the rapper, if y'all don't know who I'm talking about. She used to work with Jay-Z. She's always said she was Cherokee. Yeah, I really do need a nap, y'all, but I gotta go in a little bit. Yeah, Redman Sue. And you know, if Redman, it just seemed like a descriptive name, right? Just a descriptive name. Said Carson's. Mm-hmm. He said he's right. He's a Algonquin family. It says the Thomas Redman is Powhatan. I can't find a Pacific tribe. Yeah, Redman. Yep, it's the same name. It's the same name. I'm tired, y'all. But I came on for y'all. I'm like, I told y'all I was going to be back at least one time this week. So it's raining. You know, it's raining. Well, it makes me sleepy. You got any more questions before I go? Got like a couple more minutes left. And I'm sorry, you guys, that the stuff that I had planned, it didn't work out because the computer would not load at all. And now it's finally loaded up and I have to get going because it's raining. So I don't want to be driving fast. Oh, you're driving? You're driving now? Okay. Y'all with these old songs. Don't wake me, I'm dreaming. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's storming everywhere, Gabe. I don't understand. Like you have good weather and then it's like it's rain or snow. How many Africans smoke tobacco? I don't know. That's the ones that was on the plantation with the Indians, I guess. Oh, no problem, Christopher. Yeah, it's not really something they do over there. What do they smoke over there? I'm not sure. I'm trying to look for a gum wrapper. Peace, you guys. Any more questions? 'Cause I'm going to get out of here in like 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm really tired. You know? I'm really tired. I was up. I was trying to get all this stuff together for today, and now it didn't go through. So we're just going to have to do it another day. Rat fur? What? What y'all be talking about? Cow dookie. Oh, y'all talking about what they smoke? What? No, that's not true. I don't really think that was something that they did, though. I think that's something that we did over here. You said the Africans on the plantation were most likely Central and South American. Some of them were. Some of them that were bought and labeled, or the people from here that was sent to the Caribbean. But some of them really were from Africa, especially in places like Brazil. Not so much here. Not so much here. It's only like what 252,000, and those are mostly like teenage boys. So they didn't really have much of a, cultural stuff that they brought with them. They were boys. Yeah. I don't know what y'all talking about. Weeba what? Love Legacy, you still didn't put your email up here so that people can contact you. No problem, Doreen. Okay, Chief. Let's see what y'all talking about before I go. He said, my grandma's surname was Dansby. Do you know if that's native? I haven't ever heard of that surname. It doesn't mean that it's not. I'm sorry, my dang glasses dripping off my face. It doesn't mean that it's not. It's just I personally haven't heard of it. So we might come across it later on in the surname. That's why I keep telling people to keep watching, because I don't know what's coming up. I have a whole bunch of names. I can't remember all that stuff. Yeah, my gum ain't got no flavor. That's why I'm looking for the wrapper. I can't find it anywhere. Oh, no problem, Zero. You didn't miss much because my computer ended up not working, and I thought it was going to work. And I just went over some of the old stuff and answered some questions and added some information that I knew to keep y'all entertained for a second. Said, hey, learn how to grow the sweet, sweet female bud. What? You talking about Mary Jane? No, I actually have never smoked weed before. I have never done any type of drugs. So are there any people named Chavis in Virginia? Yeah, of course. The Chavis originate in Virginia. Chavis family originate in Virginia. My email is thetashashi@gmail.com. Yeah, the Chavis originate in Virginia. Actually, through the Powhatan Nation. So we're gonna get through all of the tribes soon. Gonna go through all the tribal names, so you guys can get an idea. And he said weed is used in moderation. I hope people do. I mean, well, people can do what they want to do. It's not it's crack or nothing. It's no, the for your northerners. The for the northerners. THE, Tasha at gmail.com. Lexi, we said Jackson on this list, on the Algonquin list. Jackson is on that list of surnames. You like crack? Oh, yeah, that's what y'all Yankees like the crack, huh? You stop messing with me. Was the Blackfoot tribe in Ohio? I'm not sure. I can't really answer that question. It depends. See, the whole thing with Blackfoot, I need to do the video because I've done several posts on it on Facebook. Yeah, somebody's a crackhead, right? Yes, some of them were up in Ohio, but see, it depends on who you're calling Blackfoot, because some people associate Blackfoot with Siouan people, and then some associated them with Algonquin people. All right, there's an Algonquin tribe called the Blackfeet tribe, right, from the Midwest, and then there's the Blackfoot as well. So the Blackfeet, they went down to Louisiana, down the Gulf, so it was Blackfeet down there, which are still called Blackfoot. Then some of them did come to the East Coast, or then some regular Algonquins, because we put the rubber, or we put the soot on our, what they call it, the tar on our shoes, on our moccasins. So they're called Blackfoot. And then as well as the Siouan people, who are the Catawba, the Chira, all these different groups, the Monacans, right? He said great grandma said she was a Blackfoot. So that's the whole controversy, and I did several posts on it, and we all talked about it. So maybe I would do another video for you guys on that and try to do a little bit more research than I had already done. Yeah, the black moccasin. Well, basically what they did was like the modern tennis shoe. They put a rubber sole on their, not real rubber, but they put basically a tar or whatever sole on the bottom of the shoes. So you can walk through the snow and different things, you know. And we already had the leather, so it's basically a modern, an ancient tennis shoe. That's what that is. So that's where the term Blackfoot come. And then some of the people put it straight on their foot, the tar on their foot. So they have, like Gabe told me, before, Gabriel Rich told me before, that's where the Tar Heels name is from the indigenous people who put the tar on their feet, on their heels. Okay? So you guys, I gotta get going. Any last words from you guys? You said grandmother's Blackfoot Algonquin Cherokee. At least that's what she said. Oh, so she mixed the Cherokee too. You said in tobacco season. Yeah, it's like a rubbery, right? Right. Said Waccamaw. Yeah, Waccamaw or Siouan, right? Peace, Sheba. We said you're Blackfoot Catawba. Oh, two of y'all said it. Yeah. So, you Blackfoot too? Oh, you missed it, Sheba. Yeah, I'm about to sign off. I gotta get going. Yeah. Yeah, it's really bad out here, so I need to go. So I gotta get my son. I don't speak Siouan lovelies, like legacy. And you still didn't put your email up. Put your email up so the people can contact you. It's lovelegacy400@gmail.com. So if you want to contact him to be a part of the 60-day genealogy challenge, you can contact him to help you with your genealogy. OCO Derek. Yeah, I'm about to sign off, you guys. You guys have missed everything. And then my feed kept messing up. Y'all saw it because of this weather. My computer messed up, so I couldn't do the show that I wanted to do today, or topic that I wanted to do today. But we'll get into that soon. Y'all see I'm look tired, so. All right, so in the Powhatan language for goodbye, we say, Ana. So, Ana.